What's good, y'all? It's your boy Ross back at again with another video. So we're gonna check out I Expose Supercar Dealerships by Mark McCann. I saw this in the recommended feed and I wanted to check this out. For those who don't know, there's a lot of shady stuff that be going on at these car dealerships. You may think, oh, they're trying to give you the best possible deal for the vehicle that you're looking for, but at the end of the day, it is a business and they're gonna try to make as much money as they possibly can. I mean, you see it often where they would get a certain amount of vehicles, a certain amount of, brand of vehicles or whatever, and they'll get the vehicles at a certain price, and then they will hike up the price $20,000 sometimes over MSRP, just so they can get a potential, get some type of profit on their end. That's just how it is. So, and there's other tactics that they do to try to get as much money out of you as possible, and sometimes they're overpricing the vehicle itself that it's worth, even brand new. So we're gonna check this out. Should be a very interesting one. Appreciate all the love and support y'all have shown on this channel. Should be a good one. Let's get right into this.
Expose the secret world of supercar dealerships. I was wanting to buy a new GT3 RS, please.
Have you bought enough cars?
If you were lucky enough to have the money to buy,
And that's and here's the thing: certain dealerships, they're not going to sell you a car unless you've already bought multiple cars from that particular brand or particular maybe dealership location or particular brand. That's how they are. Like Ferrari, I know they're very strict on who can buy their cars. Doesn't matter how much money you have to kind of get in where you fit in, and you have to buy other models before you can get the newest ones. That's just how they are. So
a luxury special edition supercar like Porsche, Ferrari or Lamborghini, it's not as easy as walking into a dealership and buying the car of your dreams. To purchase these exotic low number cars, you need to be on the list. And today we're going to see how hard it is to get on the list and hopefully purchase one of the best cars Porsche has ever made.
And it's just one of those things. If you're not on that list, they have the right to not sell to you, even if you got money on you right then and there.
Here is the new Porsche GT3 RS, and this is the new Porsche 911 GT3 RS.
And to confirm just how special this car
Beautiful
is,
car,
just
bro.
check out these reactions.
Oh my God. This feels like a bloody racing car to me.
On my journey to buy a car, I found a shocking web of dealers potentially misleading their customers. So what is the list? Dealerships have their very best customers. These are people who buy many cars through the year and potentially spend millions of pounds. These big spenders then sometimes get the chance of getting the rare edition low-numbered supercars, which are very sought after, but also stand a good chance of not losing money, and sometimes in fact even making money. These people are carefully handpicked to be real ambassadors of the brand. So what qualifies you to be on this list? You're expected to buy a number of cars, and sometimes these cars are less desirable, high volume, low-end model cars, which are most likely to lose a load of cash. This proves they are.
And this is how they offset their getting their money back or getting as much money back. They'll have you buy a whole bunch of cars that you don't want. Once you buy all those cars, then like, all right, this is the car you want. All right, cool. You can buy this one now.
They are loyal customers, but obviously that comes with a cost to the buyer. So I'm going in-store face-to-face to show the dealer just how serious I am. I was wanting to buy a new GT3 RS, please.
The new GT3 RS. I don't know, what's your sort of background with Porsche? Sounds a horrible question, doesn't it? Have you bought enough cars? I think, yeah, from my understanding is you have to have bought like a ridiculous amount of cars to even be sort of put on the list, really.
Wow.
So this guy, way before my time, probably bought 6-7 cars off us per year, and he's bought for quite a long time as well.
Yeah.
Somebody threw a figure in like £2 million spend or something with the same dealer.
So I need to spend £2 million a year to get a slot for a GT3 RS.
That's just to get the slot. And you got to keep doing that. That's crazy. When you think about it, how many times you have to buy different cars that you don't want just to potentially get on the list to get this one. And might I add, this GT3 RS is beautiful. That's crazy, bro.
But there's a catch.
Ultimately, we can do everything we can I wouldn't want to say there's a guarantee on a X amount of numbers or X amount of spend, but
You know, you sort of invest in cars you don't really like prefer and want, and then you still don't get that allocation at the end of it. Right, let's pause it right there. This is my problem. I think there's people going in with the dream of buying their ultimate car, the 992 GT3 RS. And I think these dealers are giving the dangling carrot. They're saying, if you buy 10 cars, which will potentially lose hundreds of thousands of pounds, I might get you a car. And they know that there isn't enough cars to go around.
Yeah.
They're selling a dream which is not going to happen. Okay, great. Thanks ever so much. Thanks for your time. Take care. So it looks like it's going to be difficult to get this allocation to order a brand new GT3 RS. For now, let's keep trying, but if needed, I've got a secret weapon which should get me that slot. But first, we need to understand more about the system. Now, the question is why? Why are these dealers so protective of these top-end models? But of course, it all comes down to one thing: money. The more of the supply they control, the more money they will make. This is when overs comes into play. So what is overs? You can see our previous video here to see that in depth. But to put it simple now, it's when you purchase a car from a dealer and the very next day you sell the car for a profit, simply because there's a queue of people wanting to buy that very car.
So hypothetical numbers, that's Senna, right? Yeah. Like immediately once you bought it, how much could you have flipped it for?
I think initially in the US, maybe 300,000 over.
Now, that is tax-free cash, maybe even overnight. So the main dealers want to stop this from happening because they don't want people buying these just to flip them. So when you purchase one of these in-demand cars, they can make you sign a contract to say you were...
Yup, that's... And I've heard about Ferraris with their contracts too. Like, they're in their contract, sometimes they don't allow you to add any type of like cosmetics to change up the car or anything like that. That's crazy, because people were doing that. They will buy a high-end car that they know a lot of people want, and then the next day, if they got the money to buy it outright, then the next day they'll just sell it because they've only had it for one day. They'll sell it, and they can overprice it, get their money back times some, tax-free essentially. That's fucking crazy. So they make you sign a contract saying, hey, I won't sell this car, boom, 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 after this amount of time. If you do, they can come after you. That's crazy, even though you own the vehicle. Wild.
Not sell the car within 6 months or even a year, even though it's your car bought with your own money. And the consequences, if you do sell that car early, you'll be blacklisted and you'll be refused any special cars in the future. Some of these cars have already slipped through the net and they are for sale right now. And obviously, the owners have been blacklisted. Now, these cars are fetching as much as £150,000 over what that car was originally bought for.
Damn.
But that's so risky to buy a car at these inflated prices, as they are likely to reduce as more cars come to the market. So personally, I only want to buy a car from a main dealer at the original list price. Even though so far I have been rejected, I am determined to buy one of these amazing cars. Now, not having the time to travel up and down the country to see these dealers face to face, I'm going to hit the phones, and the reactions I got were amazing. Right, preparation is key. I have my list of Porsche dealerships. I can find 39, and I've got a green highlighter for all the ones which are going to sell me a brand new 911 992 GT3 RS at normal list price.
good luck.
When we got through to the first main dealer, it looked promising.
Which model are you interested in?
It's a GT3 RS.
Okay, let me just pop you through to some details now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That sounds promising.
It's not something. Have you got like a buying history with us at the minute of a certain amount of cars?
There we go.
No, not really, no.
That's a no.
That's a no.
And it was the same story for all the other dealers. I felt like we were getting nowhere.
Is that a specific vehicle that requires an invitation to purchase?
Porsche do entice to have some form of buying history from a certain centre.
We don't take deposits for them.
Welcome to Porsche Centre Preston.
Bro, you want that car, you have to have a certain history. And it can't just be, oh, I just bought one Porsche. Nope. You got to have multiple. Ah, that's cold.
Brooklyn, Guildford, Tunbridge, South Lakes, West London, Fleet, Sheffield.
Right. Okay, let's continue on the search. I don't think we're going to need the green pen. Right, we're going Mayfair now. Posh. Going posh.
All right, it's not something that, especially that sort of ilk of car that we would be able to allocate. Then we can start to what was I going to say?
As I was boring the salesman to sleep, we got a call back from one of the dealers.
We potentially have got a client who is looking at selling his GT3 RS. We would be looking at circa 365,000, but I suppose mathematically, if you work out starting your own portfolio and working towards 10 cars, of course, that could still work out your best option.
What do you mean by it's maybe better than doing your own portfolio, price-wise?
There's an element of loss, obviously, in every single car, isn't there? So, of course, obviously, every car depreciates. So if you was to buy circa 10 cars and say, for example, there was we bought it in at a certain price, but there was an element of loss in each car. Like anything depreciates, doesn't it? Any car can depreciate over the time. So the over allowance or the additional pricing on the GT3 RS may work out advantageous in the fact that, of course, it's less of a loss over the duration and it's a quicker route into it.
Bro, building a portfolio, £145,000, not guaranteed a car, time consuming, inexpensive. The over is £100,000.
Right, so I understand what you mean. So if I bought a portfolio of cars which all lost money, that would cost me an amount of money anyway?
Absolutely, yes. It's ultimately, I'd probably think it's going to cost you slightly less to do it this way. So he's paid close to £265,000 retail for the car.
So in theory, he's lost more than 100 grand on other cars he's owned. So like this works out maybe cheaper. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So she's saying that this guy has lost more than 100 grand to have the right to buy this 992.
He lost 100 grand just to buy the car. That's why he's trying to sell it. I love me some specialty vehicles. I'm not buying 10 vehicles to get one. Fuck all that, bro.
GT3 RS. Mad. No matter how many people we rang, we got the same answer. So we went to see my good friend who might be able to help us.
All right, I'm good, how are you?
I need your help.
Well, that's what I'm here for. Talk to me.
I want to buy a Porsche.
Okay.
911 GT3 RS.
New one?
That's the big pit.
Yep.
I don't want to be paying overs.
You don't want to be paying overs. Well, you've come to the wrong place.
Yeah.
Carl's laugh says it all. It's looking like it's going to be impossible to get one of these cars for list price.
So someone who has paid list price, or what they think they've paid list price for a GT3
Beautiful
RS,
car.
I guarantee you, has paid more than what they would have to pay if they come to buy one from me.
Why?
Well, because of the list of cars that they've had to lose money in that they don't want. It's okay having a car and losing money in that car if you wanted that car.
Yeah.
But when you don't want a Cross Turismo 4S Taycan because you live in Wiltshire and there's nowhere to charge your car, but they've made you have two in the last 6 months, and now you've got one and your wife's got one and you can't use it, but you think, oh, you know what, I'll lose 35% in that car just to give it to Porsche. You go home, you calculate all them losses you've made, and then tell me if you've paid less than what I'm charging.
So I asked Carl about what the salesman had said to me earlier on in the dealership. I was concerned about not being guaranteed to get one of these cars, even if I ticked all the boxes by buying lots of other Porsches. And his answer was absolutely shocking.
So I've seen scenarios as well over the years where someone has walked into some dealer at some time and they've bought all the stuff that they want them to do. They've been on the trips that they want them to pay for to go on, because that's another thing. They invite you to go on a trip.
This is the thing. Ferrari will do this as well. They'll invite you on certain trips that they want you to be a part of, that obviously you're going to pay. And they want you to kind of, it's like you're paying to be their brand ambassador, but at the same time, like usually it's supposed to be, they pay you to be the brand ambassador. No, you're paying them to be the brand ambassador to get the type of car that you want. Simple as that.
Around Italy that you have to pay for. So that's not a good invite, is it? They've done all this stuff and they've said, right, look, if I'm going to do all this, I need to make sure you're going to hold up your end of the bargain.
Yeah.
You need to send me an email and confirm that I am going to get a
Golden egg.
GT3 RS, for example. And I've seen situations where that email has been sent and they still don't get it.
So there's even paperwork, a trail.
There's absolutely no guarantee.
Wait, hold on.
Hold up your end of the bargain. You need to send me an email and confirm that I am going to get a
Golden egg.
GT3 RS, for example. And I've seen situations where that email has been sent and they still don't get it.
Damn, so they sent the email and they still didn't get the... Oh, nah, bro. People got too much money to blow. You can kiss my ass. I would never. I mean, never. I wish Mercedes fucking would try to make me buy some motherfucking cars from their fleet, and I just want one. You can kiss my ass. I'm cool with what I got.
So there's even paperwork, a trail.
There's absolutely no guarantee whatsoever. Oh, and by the way, if you think you've got an order slot because you've left a deposit and they've taken your deposit, that means nothing either. It means absolutely nothing.
So the dealers are taking deposits off the customers, saying that they're going to get a car, but they are not delivering.
It's
That's... Nah, bro. Somebody gotta run me my fucking money. You telling me I put a deposit down and it's still not guaranteed you gonna get anything out of it. And they not gonna give you the money back. Oh my God. It's a money pit, bro. I didn't know Porsche got down like this. I knew Ferrari kind of got down like this, but I didn't know Porsche got down like this.
Absolute stupidity. They sell you the dream that you're going to get something at list. No, you're not going to get it at list. They may as well say, if you buy 30 cars from us, we will give you a GT3 RS for free. That's what they may as well say.
Yeah.
Because it's the same thing. No one gets a GT3 RS at list. It doesn't happen.
To understand how frustrating it can be to get one of these cars, we spoke to a long-time loyal Porsche customer.
Yeah, so I've been a fan of Porsche all my life, and I've started owning them through the last 7 years probably. With me always...
The fact that they hit his face because he don't want to lose his relationship with them, because I'm sure they don't want him talking about this.
In a GT3 RS, I went to my local dealer and said, what do I need to do to secure a slot? And they said, better history with buying from us, and not promised, but fairly convinced that I was secured a slot. Brought X amount of different models for myself. Over time, they've all depreciated and lost quite a lot of money. I wasn't promised a car, 100%. However, being told what I needed to do to get a slot on a car and still in the outcome not getting a car was really frustrating. So I've spent obviously thousands on the tours that you offer to go on with buying the cars. I bought the mountain bike, the Porsche mountain bike, and I even...
This nigga brought the fucking mountain bike, bro. I know Mercedes has like a bike as well, but the nigga brought the mountain bike. Probably didn't even ride that bitch, just bought it because, hey, Porsche, I'm doing my job. And I know that bike was expensive too.
Brought the £7,000 plastic Porsche watch.
They got a watch? I didn't even know. This nigga brought the watches too for £7, 6, 7 pounds.
Purely to try and get me this build slot. You go on Piston Heads and they're all for sale selling at way overs, and it just makes me think I would have had that car for pure enjoyment, not to make money on. Whenever going to Porsche, no one was like pushing for me to buy these things. I always wanted a GT3 RS, and I just thought buying all of these like add-ons as such would get me that build slot that I always wanted.
Putting all things aside, even if you did all the things you're asked to get on that list, another potential flaw is the salesman.
The salesman leaves that you've had a relationship with and bought all these cars. If he gets sacked tomorrow, then all of a sudden Mark McCann is who? Sorry, who do you normally deal with? Oh, I deal with Graham. Sorry, Graham's not here no more.
And then the new guy comes in who's got a relationship with people he's worked for him in the past. So he's bringing his own VIP list.
You're relying on the salesman who you're dealing with having a firm position in the company to get what you want. Now,
So if he gets fired, it don't matter. All the shit that you did don't matter because the new person don't know you. Or if he quits, the new person don't know you. They have their own list that's following with them. Oh my.
You ask me, that's a dangerous game.
So why are manufacturers limiting production numbers on these awesome top-end ultimate models? Well, it's probably not the reason you thought it was.
People get attracted to the brand. That's a special thing that brand makes. And what other special things do they make? You know what?
Yeah.
The next GT3 RS, I want to get one of them. I better start buying. I'm going to buy a Carrera, a GTS, Panamera.
So that car
Macan.
has a knock-on effect.
That car earns them more money because it sells their other cars.
And then they've got 5 cars they've sold, 5 cars they've got profit, they've got 5 cars then being serviced, 5 cars being warranted. I suppose that just snowballs to make the whole brand work.
That, all because they want one car. Someone bought 5 cars on top of, like you said, the service, the warranty, how much the cars cost itself. They made damn near millions off of just a person wanting one, and they may not even get it. Oh, these niggas is diabolical.
5 cars that they make you take finance out on, because some manufacturers make you take finance out.
You have to have finance.
You have to have the finance. You have to, because they need to earn more money from you. So here's a perfect...
Because for those who don't know, they lose money if you buy it outright. Most dealerships are not going to, but it's certain brands, they lose money. If you say, for example, you buy out the car outright, just whatever is listed, all right, I'm buying it outright. They technically, in a sense, lose money. But if you financing it, they make more money off you financing. Even if you got the money, they still gonna make more money off you financing the car.
Example of how they sell you the dream that don't really work out sometimes. A Ferrari SF90.
So we have seen that dealerships can be unfair by giving their customers false hope. Now, this next story is a lot more than that. It's just outright unfair. The SF90, just like the GT3 RS, is a flagship amazing car, and the owners need to have had a certain amount of buying history to get that build slot. But of course, those cars are likely to have lost money along the way.
That car is now for sale with me with 2,000 miles at 390,000. That's nearly 140,000 loss.
On just that one?
On just that car, to go with the other probably 140,000 loss that he's had on the other
so
5 or 6.
There's 280 grand's worth of loss of the car, which was going to be a money maker.
But this gets better. I'm not stopped yet.
Shortly after the guy had sold his SF90, they released an even better model called the SF90 XX, which of course naturally he wanted one of those.
Call up my Ferrari dealer. I'd like an SF90 XX, please. Well, Carl, there's a problem. You need to have an SF90. But I had an SF90. I bought it from you for full money, and I sold it back to you to lose 100,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Ferrari stipulate if you don't physically have one at the minute and place the order for the XX, you don't get one. So now you've got to go and buy another one.
If you think that's ridiculous, it gets even worse than that. Let's pretend that I have been lucky enough to get offered a GT3 RS from the main dealer. To get this invite, I've already lost £100,000 on 10 cars which I needed to buy to get my chance of the slot. But now I have my new GT3 RS, which is instantly worth £100,000 more than I've just paid. So surely that equals everything out.
Nope.
Nope.
Then they say, okay, well, you have to sell it back to us. Now I'm there offering 100,000 plus over list.
If I bring it to you.
And you bring it to me, and they say, well, you know, if you want to continue doing business with us, you've got to sell it back to us at list price. List or not very much over, yeah? Yeah, I've seen it all.
And then they're still charged the 100 over.
Yeah, then they can sell it for over. So they're a bit hypocritical, because if you're not allowed...
So, if you still want to be on the list, you got the car, but you still want to be on the list, you want maybe another model, the newest model, you sell us that car, even though we know it's worth a lot more, you sell us to us either the same price we sold it to you, or a little bit over, but not too much over, or you won't be on the list. You sell it to them the same price or a little bit over, then they hike it up and sell it 2 times more. The same thing that you could have did. So fucked up, bro. Oh my God.
I have to sell it forever, but they are. What I'm offering you is this. You tell me what color you want. I'll sell you a car at market price. When you're finished, I'll buy it back. There's no obligations to buy other cars. There's no obligations to not sell the car because I'm going to sue you. You can do whatever you want. You know why? Because it's yours. And that's what you should be able to do. And you know what? You know, if you sold it to somebody else, you're still welcome to come back here and buy another car. I'll never blacklist you.
That's...
So I think it's obvious cool. I'm not going to get a car from a Porsche.
I mean, you would think that would be kind of just the everyday norm, but the fact that he could do it, but he doesn't. I'm pretty sure he has some loyal customers because of that.
Dealership at list price, unless I have a previous buying history that they are looking for. And that's where...
I've got an ace up my sleeve.
I have had a fair few Porsches in the past. Now, does that class as buying history? These cars have actually totaled over £1 million. So maybe, just maybe, this is enough to use as leverage to get one of these new cars.
So this is our last chance. We're going to go face to face and I'm going to give it Billy Big Beans. I'm going to try everything I can to try and get an allocation.
this is it, I'm all in. But when I listed these cars to the salesman,
Yeah, I've had a few. Like recently, I had a 911 Targa. I've had a couple of Carrera GTs, like a 993 and 997. So I've had quite a few.
it literally made no difference. £1 million, and yep, no difference.
Invitation only.
Right.
Sorry to come across bluntly, I don't want to waste your time, but yeah, it's just to give you the honest answer basically, because we have people on a daily basis come and ask for GT3 RS.
Thanks for your effort. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Damn,
okay,
man.
take care. Bye, bye, bye.
Basically, no matter how hard you or me work, you are not going to be able to buy a GT3 RS at the price you were supposed to. The system's flawed. Basically, to even be considered for a slot, you have to spend a load of money in these dealerships. But if you do work at Porsche and you can get me in the back door, drop us a message on Instagram, MarkMcCann64. See you next Tuesday.
Damn, bro. This was a great video, bro. I'm definitely gonna go ahead, give this a like. He really broke it down how these supercar dealerships, how they get, bro. That shit is disheartening as hell to spend that much money on multiple vehicles to not even be guaranteed to get one vehicle that you truly want, all so they can increase their profits. Once again, it's a business, and that's what they do. Damn, man. Hey, comment down below, let me know, how did y'all know about this? Did y'all know that car dealerships, especially like Porsche and Ferrari, got down like this? And honestly, would you be willing to walk away from your dream car? Like, say if you had the money, you had millions and millions of dollars at your request. Say you had that type of money. Would you still go through all of this just to get that one dream car of yours? Or would you walk away? Me personally, I could be 500 M's up. There's no way I'm doing that. No. There's no way I'm doing that. I don't give a damn, because to me, it's just the principle of it. It'd be different if you maybe was guaranteed, like it was certified you were guaranteed. But no, you're not even guaranteed, and they can send you an email saying, oh yeah, we got you, and they still don't do it. To me, it gives off you really have to know some people. And this is the type of thing it's giving off you. Even if you have money, even if you're stupid rich, you still gotta know some people to really kind of get in. So, but hey, this was a dope video. Once again, y'all go subscribe to Mark McCain. Link down the original video down below. But I appreciate all the love and support y'all showing on the channel. Road to 10K, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.